Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Into the Fear. I am your host, Chainsaw Sammy. We are on part 2 of On the Road to Transworld 2026. Yes, Haunters, we are 3 days away from the big event, and we are so excited. I mean, I am ecstatic. Haunters are already arriving at the center. Everybody's getting ready to set up for the next few days. So, all right, let's get this rolling, Haunters. So, joining me back today, we are welcoming back our sponsor, the man himself, Mr. Bone Daddy Eddie McLaurin. Eddie, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining me. So, you're in town already, enjoying the weather?
Yep, we usually come in early. There's so much to do and get settled in. And then I usually set up on Monday. I'm going to have to delay that a day. But we're going to help Mr. Jimmy set up, and then we're going to set mine up on Tuesday.
Yes. So, I mean, you brought the whole crew again. Everybody's here.
Yeah, 14 or 16 of us. And so we're just trying to come in, have a good time, and get motivated for this upcoming season and find some new products and hopefully sell some new products.
Yes, I know you guys just had your Valentine's event. So I just want to talk to you real quick about that. How did that go for this year?
Man, that went really good. It's been my best all-season event so far, and
Really? That's
outperformed
awesome.
halfway. And so we did a couple little different things, vampires only, and so we don't do vampires anymore at the Woods of Terror during Halloween season. So we brought them out for Valentine's. We'll do the same thing next year, and we also had a ticket where you could buy a date and get dinner, and that was really popular. But for us in North Carolina, I said, when I open the show, it's going to snow like 10 inches, and it did. But it all cleared up right as we opened up that weekend, and it was great because it was probably an average of 20 degrees for about 2 weeks, and that's usually unusual for North Carolina. So once the weather broke, I was like, hey, guys, it's 40 degrees. Come out and see us. And we had a great show and a great time. Everybody loved everybody got to be a new character. And it seemed to be well received, and hope we can continue that into next year.
Awesome. I am glad to hear that because I was about to ask, like, how was the weather? Because February is like such a fluctuated in certain spots of the area throughout the US. So you can have good weather or you can have really bad weather.
Yeah.
So,
We usually have what we got when we were open is what was what we usually get. So 38 to 40 degrees, 8 o'clock at night. And so it worked out this year. I wouldn't be surprised in the next 5 years we have a bad weekend. But after 20 degrees for a straight 2 weeks, when it hit 40
yeah.
degrees, people came out and they had a good time. And it was so we went slower with the show as far as throughput, and that was a better ordeal. And we just had a lot of great vampires. Maybe one or two of those are going to come back to be in the midway, but it was a great event. I was excited to see it like that. It was good for my payroll and my bottom line, and help us get to the halfway to Halloween and make us. It just helps Woods of Terror all the way around have a better show, and helps us with the finances.
Yes. So excited for the halfway to Halloween event. Is that going to be another full weekend?
It'll be Friday, Saturday, and we haven't even announced what is going to be the theme for that weekend, but we do have a new theme coming up for that. And I guess about 2 weeks from here, we're going to drop what we're having that weekend. So, vampire show for Valentine's, and a new theme for halfway to Halloween coming up.
Awesome. So excited to hear. We got people in the comments. We got John, the Haunt Informer. We got Danny. We got Scary Gary. We got Scorn. And we also got Justin in there as well. Hey, guys. How's everything going? Alrighty. So, Eddie, you got 2 booths this year. And honestly, you got a good spot that what I saw that you guys are like right next prime real estate to the food court.
Yep. So when people are eating, we can just wave our products at them. Hey, come here after you eat. It's great. But so WOTFX is kind of leaving the taxidermy in the past, and I can still get that for anybody. If they have a certain taxidermy thing they want, I can still get it. But a lot of work moving that, and you damage a lot of pieces. So we're moving into more of the mask and stuff that you can make mask with. So crab legs, alien legs, brains. We got skulls. We've molded. We got all kinds of things. But last year we did the horror horns from. We did great with those horror horns, and this year we got out a ton of different colors. So we're just trying to make it work and pay for our trip out here to have fun. And with so many on staff, everybody rotates on staff, and everybody gets to come and enjoy the show. And hopefully we can make enough money to cover all our expenses.
Yes, and with the horror horns, those are both either magnetic, so you can put them on a hat or some kind of headgear, or they're also hair clipped as well.
Yeah, I think the hair clips come with them, so you can clip them in your hair, and we got them displayed on hats, beanies, and Zombie, I think is her name, Julia's name. She's going to be there, I think, to represent. She's got her own style, her own version. And Dave is going to stop by, the maker of horror horns. He's going to stop by and help us a little bit in the booth and promote. I think he's actually giving away some golden tickets. So the golden ticket to a free pair of horror horns. And I think those are, if I got it right, they're all black. So you get a free pair. And so he'll be passing those out at the show, and then you come by the booth to redeem your golden ticket.
Ooh, like to hear that. Everybody loves free stuff, especially if it's haunt related stuff.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so let's take a look at some of the masks here that you'll be having at your booth. So also got some Visengard stuff here too.
Yep, so the masks are done by Brandon Lucy. He's done a great job. And we have a bunch of one-off masks, and then I think we have 13 that are made to order. And so we're trying to get some one-offs that we won't remake that you can purchase, and you can take those with you immediately. If you want to buy one of our ordered masks, you'll have to leave it there till Sunday. And then I told Visengard I couldn't go without something from him, so I think he's got 7 pieces. So got the big guy, and then 3 5-footers, and then 3 crawlers. But he's got some really, of course, everything Visengard does is incredible. And so we'll have those, and got a variety of stuff, hoping that we can, everybody, with the horns and the mask, a lot of this stuff now you can pack in your suitcase, your carry-on, whereas you couldn't do that with the taxidermy. And, yeah, it was just too big, and I understood that. And hopefully we can get some of these masks out here, and they can take them home with them.
Absolutely. The cash and carry is absolute keen at these shows.
Yeah.
I understand when that is your companies that you make giant animatronics or big props, but come up with some little crazy knickknack that someone can just throw in their suitcase and take home with them.
Yep.
But yeah, so here we go. More into the comments. I got Dark Acres is in the house here. Would love to see more of the UV paint that you had the first year.
All right. Well, tell them to shoot me an email, Eddie at WOTFX, and I probably can help him out with that. Just getting to it, straight to the point on that was we were selling our paint, and what we were selling in a quart, I had seen on the floor, and it had been cut 4 times, and we wasn't cutting ours. I mean, we were given full blown, not cutting it with water. And I don't think that a lot of people understood the appreciation of how much better quality our stuff was. And we shipped it a couple times, and then FedEx would bust it open, and
of course,
and we'd have to remake it. And it was just not a profitable thing. But I'm more than willing to help out anybody in the industry. I can shoot them in the right direction. I wouldn't know the guy's name, but there's some 3D stuff on the floor. It's been cut several times, and it's probably not worth what it's being cut down to. But going on from that, what we're going to do this year is at Woods of Terror is we're actually going to have a mask shop, and it'll be a WOTFX shop. Last year we put up, I think, right at 100 masks in our gift shop, and did very well with that. So we're going to do our own shop. Nowadays, if you want, you only can go to Spirits Halloween if you want to ride around. Yeah. Everything's, you got to order. And obviously there's some great mask people at Transworld, and way better than WOTFX, but we're learning, and we're gonna do better. But for the haunt enthusiast or Halloween person that wants to have a nice Halloween costume mask, they can only go to Spirits Halloween. So, and we do quite a bit of people coming out to Woods of Terror. And so we're going to take the old axe throwing building and get rid of that. And we've already done it. It's 2 stories. It'll have storage up top and downstairs. It'll probably have, I don't even know, 150 to 200 masks displayed.
Wow.
So, and I think we'll do really good with that. And I'm looking forward to that and what's to come for WOTFX.
Absolutely. Always go big or go home, Eddie. Always love your energy.
Yeah, we got, I thought we'll try a couple masks and they've really done good. And, and we sell a lot of cheaper masks. We could take the ghost face mask, splatter some blood on it, and people went crazy for that stuff. And, I'm not the biggest fan of that, but it's whatever the customer wants.
Customers love it.
Yeah,
the customers love it.
Yeah, we're going to throw a lot of scream masks in there and do different versions of them. And so I think it's a great opportunity for Woods of Terror and Brandon, Lucy. And, I don't know if we'll get to grace our gift shop with any Jimmy WOTFX mask, but that would be great too. But, he's so busy.
Yes. I know we got a couple people in the comments that have just joined us. Ben's in here, Lee's in here. Yep, and Jimmy's in here. We said his name 3 times, so here he is. All right, how's everybody doing? Yes. Benjamin says you're the GOAT.
I appreciate it, Ben. I don't know about that, but and if I can't admit that. Even if I was, I'd get more haters.
Why does Eddie hate Ghostface? That's from Ben.
I think that it's not very creative, and I don't know. When I was a younger guy, I just didn't understand the thing about Ghostface, and it's made a lot of money. But and to let Ben and Jimmy and all them know, Woods of Terror would not be the GOAT if I didn't have such amazing and incredible employees helping me.
You guys really do have a great family out there. Absolutely. I told you from day one, within the first 30 seconds, I was treated like I've worked there for 10 years. It's been an incredible journey ever since. Every time I see you guys do something new, I'm glad to be a part of it and always kept up to date of what's going on. And I'm glad to have my time out there to play with you guys and have fun and scare.
We appreciate you coming and keeping us connected to the haunt world.
Absolutely. Looks like the Haunt Informer says he's going to be out at Woods of Terror this year. Oh.
Yeah. That guy has a good future. I like John, and can't wait to see him.
We're doing good, Bailey. We are ready for Transworld. So Eddie's already here in town with us. I'm at my house. I live out in the middle of nowhere, but I'll be downtown in a couple of days and joining everybody for the annual gathering. Oh, Jeff, you're going to miss it this year? Oh, lame. Absolutely lame, Jeff. And yes, Dark Acres, you do need to come out to Woods of Terror. Absolutely. Woods of Terror is the place to be. And now that Eddie keeps opening up more and more off-season events, now there's more opportunities for haunters to come out and see it in person.
Yep. So if the guys didn't know, August 22nd will be our second Influencers Day. And I also did that where haunters across the United States could come out and see our show. It's kind of off season, but we're on Legendary Haunt Tour this year, so you can check us out on that. And
so excited.
I think people are going to be amazed. I don't think they quite understand what Woods of Terror is and the difference that Woods of Terror is from what's around the world and or the United States. I think they'll be pleasantly surprised when they come to check it out.
Yeah, so Ross here in the comments, he is a first timer coming to Transworld. So yeah, remember, comfortable shoes, stay hydrated, make sure you eat, please wear deodorant, and take your time. Those are the main 5 things that I have to tell people for first timers and even veteran goers and both attendees and vendors. You got to do those 5 things. That's how you survive Transworld.
It'll be like a kid in a candy store, man. You walk into Transworld for the first time, and you're like, oh God, there's a world that I can do this for a living. I can make this happen. That's what I thought. So it was great. The first time was amazing. Lord, that's been more than 20 years ago. They were in Rosemont then. the old Rosemont
Yes.
Convention Center.
Yes, back that was before the remodel of what it is now for MHC.
Yep.
Can you believe that's Transworld's been around for about 30 something years now? Goodness gracious.
Yep. Time flies when you're having fun.
It does. All right, so we got Ray in here. We got Vanessa. We got Caitlin. I mean, we got a lot of people jumping in the comments right now. I thought everybody was busy tonight, but no, everybody's chilling, coming onto the podcast. Thank you guys so much. And then this will be your first year attending here too, Caitlin. Again, the 5 things that I just stated, write those down. Remember those things. And you got to remember them every day, not just Thursday. You got to remember them Friday, Saturday, Sunday too.
And you got to add number 6 to that.
What is the number 6?
Stop by WOTFX.
Well, yes, that's actually number 1. We don't move that from 6. We move that to number 1.
All right.
I'm sorry, Eddie. They're all going to do putting their deodorant on at your booth though.
That's fine.
Because now we just skipped it.
As long as they smell good.
Jamie says, say hi from Uncle Tommy. Uh-oh, we got Sean from Blood Rush and Hillside House of Hell crew jumping in here. Josh, what's up, brother? We got Jay Jen joining in here. So Woods of Terror, they just had their first Valentine's event this year. They are bringing back the Halfway to Halloween in May, which will have a new theme to it this year. Also, we just have the off-season media night. That is August 22nd. And then season starts end of September. And then right around there, you got the Legendary Haunt Tour with Transworld. It's crazy.
Yep. So he says, what's new? What's a tear? So a lot is going to be new. These guys are working me to death. So, you know, our midway takes a step up every year. It's probably going to take 2 or 3 steps forward this year. The new mask shop and a lot of new things in the midway. One of the, thank you, John, for the Legendary Haunt Tour thing, man. But something I haven't even announced. I think we're going to have a sign here talking about the promotions of it. But Dean Snyder, the guy, lead singer of Twisted Sister, he lives in my county now and came by and wanted to see the haunt last year and really said he really wanted to work with me. I said, well, let's make it happen. So this year at Woods of Terror, there'll be a haunt attraction called Strangeland, signed off by Dean Snyder. And hopefully he'll be there 2 or 3 nights this year signing autographs. So we're picking up a whole trailer full of props already, ready for that show. And that we're going to push for that show to be open for Halfway to Halloween. We're going to really bust our butt, try to have that ready. But that'll be taking place of the old Vecna house. And I'll just be honest with you. I've done so good with that house and I got so many reviews and people posted it everywhere that Netflix called me and said, hey, you don't have permission to do this.
Uh-oh.
Well, why don't you give it to me? And the guy was very nice and pleasant about it, but
that's good though.
Said it couldn't happen, but I said, all right, we're going to make the D. Snyder thing happen, and so that's going to be there this year. And we got several little projects, and our biggest project we haven't talked about yet, but we're going to save that for a little time. And but it's if everything works out, it's going to be bigger than the Baba Yaga house. And
you're going to top Baba Yaga?
Yes, and then I don't know if I'm going to top anything after that. So I can't go so high. If I get much higher, I'm going to put lights on it so the airport, will see my building. So
I mean, you're close to it with the Baba Yaga right now, having the tallest structure in North Carolina. So you're getting there.
Yep, it's been fun, and but so we got a lot of little things coming, and of course we're picking up a ton of stuff at Transworld, and hopefully picking up some stuff I don't know about until I get to see it.
Yes. We got Dark Acres says, Dark Acres, you're finally coming out here to Transworld? Absolutely. Yes, sir. All right. Welcome, Lee. Welcome, Chuck. Yes, I know, John. Now, he said this a little over a year and a half ago that Baba Yaga was the #1, but now he's going to top Baba Yaga like crazy. I mean, we're ready. As media people, we're ready with our cameras, ready to watch behind the scenes. We're ready to talk to you. We're ready to come in and shoot some film and get it all out there and see this beautiful masterpiece you and your crew come up with.
All right.
All right. So let's get into also your other booth. So you also have the Let's Scare Cancer booth. Anything new that you'll be bringing this year?
Yes. So, of course, if the people didn't know, every year we usually adopt or sponsor a new person that is having trouble with cancer. And this year, you'd have to forgive me. I have to get with Erica. She runs most of that stuff for me, but she's already got it posted. And I know Derek really good from Zombie Army. It's his daughter. She's had some cancer, and
Yeah.
And of course, all the insurance companies make money not paying claims. And
Yes.
of course, they try to deny half her claims and give her a bunch of problems. So we're going to try to help raise some money for her and make it easier on her. And so we got some new shirts. And Lord, I don't have a picture of that, but you'll get to see them. And
I got you.
Okay, is it?
So here's the hoodies. So you had the black hoodies. Now you also offer in gray. And then here is your new logo for the back of the shirts.
Yeah. I thought of you, Sammy, when I saw that.
I know. I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw it, I was like, "Hey, look, it's Nurse Chainsaw."
So, I think keeping it fresh, I was like, you know what, we need to do a new shirt, and maybe something we'll do every year. But I thought, Chris from Rogues Hollow did this for us, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So, got some new gear coming out, and so letting you know, we got sponsorships with that this year. You can do gold, silver, or bronze. So when you stop by to get some stuff, you got to watch it. You may be a couple dollars away from being a gold sponsor, and buy like a lanyard or a magnet or keychain, and you could be a gold sponsor. But we got different sponsorships and different shirts for you to try out and get some new stuff.
Yes. All right, for everyone that was watching very closely. So here is the map of the trade show floor. Over here is the food court. They are right there next to the food court. Like, again, Eddie got some prime real estate this year. Everybody says Dark Zone's your best real estate, but I'll tell you right now, no, it's the food court. Dark Zone is crazy. Everybody likes to huddle around there, and it can be a chaotic mess. So no, Eddie, you got the best spot being right there next to the food court.
I hope it works out. It looks good.
All right, Sean, I vote for Eddie renames the gift shop to Goods of Terror. I like that.
Good name. We are adding a coffee shop this year called Coffin Coffee. So
I like
that's going to be good. We did the coffee shop last year for Krampus and Christmas, and it really did good. So we're going to be adding that in, and so you can get coffee or drinks or whatever you want when you're at the Woods of Terror.
Awesome. Love it. And then you will still have the Cyclones and then the other bar drinks with your specialties, also your IPAs as well.
Yeah, we actually are going to have some of that free here at the show to give out, or if you make a purchase, you get a free beer and take it with you. But we're keeping all
I like that.
We're keeping all the bars. We're actually going to change one of the bars, and it'll be called Get Jacked, and of course that's going to be a pirate bar.
Oh, I like it.
So we're having some cups made and different stuff. So busy. I don't know how in the world like Walt Disney and all them do it. I know they got an army of people doing it, but
And that's the thing. They got an army of people. They got people they pay for that.
Yeah.
That's how they do it. And same with Universal. They got people for that. That's always their excuse. Oh, I got people for that. Oh, I got like 8 guys for that. You're like, okay. I wish I had that, but okay, I'm just a one-man show. All right, so Tom here. I'm shipping out a Pandora Rose tombstone for the Let's Scare Cancer auction. Awesome. Thank you, Tom. Cannot wait to see that in person.
Yeah, appreciate that, Tom. We it's the same thing with the Woods of Terror, my great employees. If these people didn't send all this stuff to help us, we couldn't raise as much money as we did. We raised an astronomical amount for Pandora, and it took a lot of people to help us do it. It wasn't me. It wasn't just Erica. It was probably 120 people helping us. And we've got some costumes coming to us this year for the silent auction. And we've got some amazing gift stuff this year. And I want to thank everybody that's helped us do it. You know, I think from here on out, every year you're going to know somebody or hear of somebody that has cancer. And, you know, it costs a lot of money. And we want to better help any way we can. And so it's been great. And last year we sent out a check, but it's been great. And I was looking up the name. I think Erica just texted me. If I got it right, Mason Gibson. So
Yes.
Mason Gibson is the girl that's we're going to be raising the money for this year. And her father worked at Zombie Army. We're going to raise and help her. And then, of course, next year and going into the end of this year, next year, we'll pick somebody else out. So if you ever know of anybody that needs help, let us know, and we'll try to help them out.
Cancer is a very hard subject to talk about. It has affected myself and my family. Multiple grandparents suffer from it, other family members, coworkers, close friends, fellow haunters, all of my dogs. I just had to put my last dog down last year. She had terminal cancer as well. It's a horrible disease that affects us on a daily. I work for a cancer center as well. I do private security, and it is very hard seeing the patients in and out every day and just how it affects them, their family, and everyone around them. So everyone that donates to Let's Scare Cancer, you're an absolute blessing for this. And Eddie, you and your team making this a thing, you guys are doing incredible work. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you. And, you know, and we don't take a dime of the money. You know, last year, actually, we were in a hole for the first 2 years. And, you know, it all came when it came down to raising the money for Pandora. I said, I don't care about if I get my money back. I just want to make sure we get her the gold we said we were going to make. Left us in a little bit of a hole, but last year we were able to dig out of it. Now we're doing better. And, you know, I just thank everybody doing it. We just want to help. And, you know, it was Pandora, and then Erica Jones, of course, had lung cancer. And I was like, wait, it's time to do something. And she'll be there running the booth, and it really helps us out. And we'll have a lot of great new products at Let's Scare Cancer.
Dark Acres, you need to meet Eddie himself in person. So make sure you stop by the booth and come and visit Eddie. Also, Eddie, you also are hosting a panel this year, or a seminar.
Yep, we got a seminar, and I'm going to have Visengard will be there along with Nate Fultz. Those are the guys really involved in helping me build Woods of Terror bigger and better. And so I wanted to have them guys come help me speak. And we hope to answer a lot of questions. And at the end, we want to have a lot of questions, because a lot of times I like to ask questions and answer the question that I need answered. So hopefully, I think that's first thing Thursday morning.
Yes. Well, not first thing, 11:30 a.m. So they got you right at lunchtime.
Yep. So, yeah, come check us out, and hopefully we can answer any of your questions you got.
Man, right at lunchtime, really? All right. All right. So, Christopher, you'll be making it over to East Coast. You're going to miss the St. Louis event. Oh, well, at least we'll see you at East Coast, sir. And yes, you're an actor at Brighton Asylum. Well, guess what? I will be visiting Brighton Asylum finally this coming haunt season. So can't wait to see it, and hopefully to see you at East Coast. And thank you so much for tuning in on the podcast. And then for Bailey, Woods of Terror is located in Greensboro, North Carolina. All right. John, the Harm Foreman, says, great new design. He's always supported Let's Scare Cancer. Thank you so much, John. All right, Eddie, I know you are a busy man, and I have my other guests coming on here shortly, because I know you guys got to be up early tomorrow to set up and get everything rolling. So I will see you Wednesday.
All right. Thanks for having me on. And anybody traveling, if you go to Legendary, you'll have to buy tickets. That's through Transworld. But
Yes.
if you want to come out August 22nd, just let me know. I'll leave you a ticket at the gate. Come check us out, and have a great time.
All right, everyone. I will leave links in the comments below when the video is uploaded. So everyone, stay scary. We'll be right back with our second guest. Thank you, Eddie, so much for joining me. God bless. All right, this video was sponsored by Woods of Terror. Woods of Terror is located in Greensboro, North Carolina. Check out woodsofterror.com. All right, everyone, welcome our second guest, Rob, aka Murve Slimworth onto the show.
Everyone, how are you all doing today?
I am doing great. How are you doing?
Doing all right. Doing all right. Just getting ready for Transworld.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh. The comments were blowing up here just a few minutes ago with Eddie coming on. I mean, everybody's ready for the big year.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to be a good one for sure. I can already feel
it. Oh my gosh. So the weather is nice. Like me and Eddie were talking about, it's 90 degrees right now that it was today. It's dropped down a little bit, but it's going to be a nice warm week. So we're happy compared to last year. Last year was cold. It was good the first 2 days. Then it got really cold. The year before it was freezing.
I think the year before is when it snowed, if I believe.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. No. I'm very, very happy when I saw the weather for this coming week.
Oh my gosh. I remember all my Southern haunters were messaging me because they're like, Sammy, what the hell? And I'm like, well, welcome to Missouri. Welcome to Missouri in March. February and March is the worst. So March, it gets a little bit warmer, but it rains. So the weather fluctuates. Plus it's tornado season because we did have a tornado. I want to say like 7 or 8 years ago, we had the tornado sirens go off.
Oh, wow.
Everybody's freaking out.
Remember that.
Of course, you got all of us from Missouri sitting out there on our random lawn chairs in the middle of the city, just like, where's that? It's a Midwest thing. You wouldn't understand. You got all the people from Florida that go, what the hell is this? Oh, we don't get a warning that it's coming. I'm like, no, this ain't no hurricane. What do you mean a warning? We hear the sirens. We know, oh shit, grab the beer, grab the chair. Oh, okay.
Fair enough. Admittedly, so I'm out here in New Orleans now, so it's a little bit different for me now. I'm both worried about tornadoes, but
you got the mega hurricanes. You got the hurricanes that takes you out.
For sure.
At least you get a warning that they're coming. You're like, oh, it's coming. Oh, better pack my shit and leave. All right, let's go.
That is true. And I'm normally out of town, apparently, during the worst of it. So that means.
Scary Gary says he can't wait to see you.
Oh, same here, Gary. Same here. Very excited to see you, my friend.
And yes, Dark Acres, this is going to be Transworld 31st year. Taunters, we know what 31 means for us. That's our lucky number.
Oh, that's fantastic. I didn't realize. That's awesome.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's going to be an amazing year. So what are you looking forward to this year? Because you're going to be kind of all over the place. You're going to be over at Haunt Pay, but then also you're with Frankenfuel, you're with SinisterSlideGear, you're with a lot of different guys. So you're going to be all over the place.
Yeah. So that being said, I of course, first and foremost, I will be on Haunt Pay. That's going to be booth 315. I'll be doing Murve Slimworth. That's the current times I've been told. I believe it's going to be 11 to 2 on Thursday, 11 to 3 on Friday and Saturday, and 11 to 2 on Sunday. Then that being said, there may be some fun happening over at SinisterSlideGear, and funny enough, it will be with Murve, so it will be a first for Murve. And so that being said, I don't want to give away too terribly much there, but I also am doing sales for Frankenfuel, so you may see me over there, perhaps still dressed as Murve, but I will not be performing over in that area. I will be purely over there for sales reasons only.
So Murve's not going to get down on the ground and slide or anything. So I don't need to bring my knee pads. So we're not challenging each other, right?
Well, I didn't say anything like that. It'll be a surprise. It'll be a surprise.
I'll get the knee pads.
I know a great place where you can find some if you didn't bring them.
I mean, people are going to need them for everyone that's going to City Museum. So that's all I got to tell people when they go to City Museum. It is a really cool, unique place here in St. Louis. It's an absolute art staple. But yes, you do need knee pads. I'm tired of people saying, I don't need knee pads. Yes, you do. If you want to have fun, you got to have knee pads. You might need some elbow pads too.
And if you're a slider, that's a fantastic.
That is the place to go for practice.
When I was younger, I did it. I'm not younger now. I everything freaks it. When I slide, it's for a reason. Oh man. But yeah, no, I'm very excited to see the new vendors out there. Very much excited to see the old vendors that have been there for years. This will actually make my 10th show going out to Transworld now with Haunt Pay. It's been 5 years. This will be it'll be 5th year for Haunt Pay. And then that being said, very, very excited to get performance videos, booth videos. Going to be doing some more of the makeup videos as well, and some more solo stuff as well. I've actually talked to several different vendors already about it, and there will be some exciting stuff in terms of content coming out soon on Morbid Playthings.
Freaking cool. So when you first got started in the industry?
Yes. So that was in, if I believe, yes. So that being said, it was in 2013. That was at a haunt called Warehouse 31 in Pelham, Alabama. I was there for 3 years. Admittedly so, I've become a little bit known as a talker in this industry, but my first 3 years I was a zombie, and had a lot of fun doing it. And I went to HauntCon for my first show. It's to speak on what Eddie said in a little bit of a smaller format, but it showed me that you can do this for a living. And I thought it was just the coolest thing. Admittedly, so I was just there to grab another fun seasonal thing. And I was blessed in the fact that I met a gentleman from Australia named Lewis Osborne, who very much we kind of vibed really well. He goes, "Hey, I'm opening up the first screen park in Australia. Do you want to come and be a part of that?" And I jumped at the chance. Admittedly, so I didn't know if he was serious or not in the beginning, because who offers going to Australia? But yeah, I worked for him for about 5 years, and then I've also done work in Ireland. I'm coming up on my 3rd year, not consecutive. I did 21 and 25. And this coming year would be 26. I did quite a bit of work out in around the Nashville area for about 4 years with a fantastic haunt called Miller's Thrillers Haunted Woods. And like I've of course done little off-season shows here and there, lead ups to tours, things like that. Been acting a long time, and I'm not quite ready to hang that up yet.
No, absolutely. You and I are around the same age, so no, do not be hanging it up just yet, because then you're just going to tell me that I'm getting old too.
No,
nobody tells me that.
Of course not. Of course not. Admittedly, so this is more the bones and the creaks at this point. And, admittedly, so a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're only 31," but we all know what goes into this industry and how much blood, sweat, and tears goes into it. And that being said, especially if you're a slider, it can be hard on the body.
Oh, yeah. Sliding, a lot of people think it's very easy. No, it's not. Some of these younger kids, yes, they make it look easy. But when you're tall or when you're a little bit heavier, stockier built, it's actually harder versus the really skinny, short, lengthy guys. Like what Ray just said, the youngsters.
I was the young and skinny at one point. Now I'm the tall and stocky. So I've had the best of both worlds in that way. Like I said, when I slide, it's for utility. At that point, not so much for the flash as much as I used to be.
Here we go with Gary. Please don't hang it up. You're great at what you do. Yes, you are. But Gary, when are you going to hang it up, sir? See, that's the one that you follow. You're like, man, if Gary's still doing it, I guess I got to keep going.
Well, and I'll speak on that. Gary was a great inspiration for just wanting to booth perform. He's there every single year. He always he's got a smile on his face. He's great attitude about it. I admire the man quite a lot, legitimately so. And
Awesome. All right. So how did you come up with Murve Slimworth?
So years ago, I was walking showroom floor. At this point, I had been to Transworld. I'd done Midwest, and I was actually at HauntCon, and I was talking with the owner, Haunt Pay, Alex, and I was just like, man, I really love your platform. We at this point we've become friends, and I was just like, I would say. I say the biggest thing is with these internet companies, things that something that's not tangible that you can touch or feel or experience. It can be hard sometimes to get people to come over when you're surrounded by 20-foot animatronics or 7 people over at a makeup booth that are performing. It can be hard. So I pitched an idea of having a character that would be kind of an ambassador, bringing people in and being able to speak on deals and things of that nature. And that being said, we just fleshed it out more. Originally, there was going to be a talk of just doing one of my characters that I established, but I just kind of got to work and I thought, hey, this would be a fun idea to do something fresh, something different. And I had never done a demon character, but I didn't want to do a demon character in the same way as, that many fantastic people have done before. I wanted to do it in more of a silly manner. And I wanted, car salesman meets, I
see you out there selling cars right now.
It's very fast talking, but very silly at the same time, but has a sinister nature. I was very much wanting to kind of encompass that, and the added bonus is I over these many years of going to shows and networking, things like this, I've learned a lot of people in this industry. And it's one thing's very clear: when you know somebody, it's harder to scare them. Not that I can't, but I'd much rather entertain. And especially in this arena, as it were, I've always very much enjoyed. I'd much rather make somebody laugh, bring them over, and then kind of go from there. Of course, there are some scares here and there, but of course, when it comes to shows like this, there's just so much business going in through there. So you got to find kind of a delicate balance, and I mean this for any booth performer of being a spotlight, but not being disruptive all at once.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's how Murve started, and admittedly, it's been a fantastic ride. Our first show with Murve was in 2020. It was in 2020. It was in New Orleans. Admittedly, he looked far different at the time. It was a much darker green. We hadn't really figured out the horns, things like that. It was more of a tester show, but it went well. And we were booked for 2020 Transworld, and admittedly, that was a problem. Yeah. But that means
don't talk about 2020, man.
From that came the things that you may see online, that Haunt Pay posts. I know sometimes they run them on Transworld Live, things like that. The ads, the photos, things like that. We found a way to flesh him out, and honestly, it gave Murve an opportunity to, lack of a better term, grow on people, to know who he is. And so the first show, it wasn't a uphill battle of who is this character. There were several already that knew who that character was, and it worked out really.
I also love that he could just have like all these different outfits. Like, here's your summer outfit that you wear at MHC with the Hawaiian shirt and shorts. You got the socks and sandals going on, and then you got the floaty, and you got sunglasses, and you're just enjoying a good time. I know you said you have a new outfit for the ball coming up as well for Murve. Like, he could be like anything.
If timing works, yes. Admittedly, so it may just be a little more thrown together than I had originally hoped, just in terms of shipping and things of that nature. But we will see. It will be fun regardless. But yes, this year I will be going as Murve or iteration of Murve. I do plan, not 100% on this, but I'd like to have a different costume for Philadelphia as well, because we will also be East Coast. And there will be a new summer look for Murve at Midwest, because that's just tradition at this point.
Yes.
I
Yes,
must, the person that took those summer photos did a fantastic job filming that
thank
out.
you. I will bring the camera out again. Yeah, so I'll be still taking plenty of photos again. And then, of course, we got the photo behind us as well. That's still my favorite one.
Oh, I had much fun with that. That was a great time.
And then just you walking the show floor was just hilarious. I'm like, he's just walking around with a random floaty around his waist and just messing around with people. And haunters love it. And they got the little kids loving it too, because they just see a bright green guy and they're all just excited about it.
Oh, for sure. I did not pick a subtle color as his bait. Sure. And that green that's on me, that's the Dreadworks. Just to throw that out there for anyone who's looking. Fantastic company, and the pigment, this is unmatched in my opinion.
Yes, that's the main company that I buy from, is Dreadworks. They make incredible stuff. Mason's been on my show multiple times. I've interviewed his crew. I mean, amazing work. And he's got an incredible line of talent that he's got lined up this year to do demos at his booth. So yes, please check out Dreadworks booth as well at almost said what's a term at Transworld.
For sure. And I just might have a video that has something to do with Dreadworks coming out tomorrow too.
Oh.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Yes, people look out. I will be doing more of the highlights on businesses on the lead up to Transworld.
Speaking of videos, should we watch one of them?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Freaking wicked.
Yeah, that was shot in the county, Gurley, around Athboy in Ireland. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
So that is in Ireland. That's not here in the States.
No. That is at Pharmaphobia, which some of the crew at Pharmaphobia will be at Transworld this year, so that'll be very exciting.
Very awesome. Shout out to our Ireland hunters.
Absolutely. Which I will just speak on that. Of course, America does a fantastic job when it comes to Halloween, but I will also say the same level of dedication is absolutely abroad as well. I've had the opportunity to be able to go to Australia and Ireland. I've been able to experience some stuff in the UK as well, and I will tell you that same passion is very much everywhere.
It's because Halloween has no jurisdiction. Halloween has no permanent location.
Absolutely.
It just exists. And it brings people from all different walks of life together. That's what's so great about the industry. It brings so many different people from all walks of life, all different backgrounds, career choices, life choices, etc., all together for one thing, and that's Halloween. And that's what makes this incredible. You meet so many different people.
100%. It is definitely a melting pot in terms of industry, and I just love every single bit of it. And that's the reason why I do the videos, things like that. I love to cast a light on it. And I actually do have an Irish performers video that will be coming out sometime this year as well.
Heck yeah. I need to get out there eventually. I need to get my passport updated because I look nothing like the person in the photo. They're going to say, this is fake.
I've got to redo mine, actually. I'm already pre-committed, so I need to get on that.
The last time I left the States was back in the 2000s.
Where to?
That was to London and Manchester.
Okay. There's some incredible haunts out in that area. Incredible.
This was
great.
Just before I became a haunter, actually. This was just before I became a haunter. We went there to visit some relatives.
Okay. That's fantastic. I love that. Well, I will say, if you do go out at any point.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
I would recommend Thorpe Park. It's almost in the vein of like Six Flags. It's really, 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 really well done. Both shows are, but there's a level of dedication that I really admire at that particular haunt. And of course, there's tons of great stuff out there. You know, if you're in Northern Ireland, you can go to the jungle. If you know, on my side of Ireland, it would be Pharmaphobia, or there's also Nightmare Realm out there. My biggest thing is haunts are popping up more and more and more and more around Europe and Australia, and it's clear that there is a definite need in terms of the public.
We are a plague. We are just spreading like wildfire all over the world. I'm here for it.
Well put in terms of Europe.
It's okay. Dark Acre says your videos on social media are great.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Then good old Kevin says, I'd like to visit Ireland one day. Absolutely. Kevin, come on. Let's get the group together and let's go. Let's get the boys together and let's go.
It's absolutely gorgeous, and the people are incredible.
Well, I'll just squeeze into Rob's suitcase. It's fine.
Yes. Now, and I'll speak on this in terms of Murve. Admittedly, so you'll never see me do him at anything other than shows or things of that nature. This is a trade show convention only character. I've never done him outside of it, and which I like because it keeps it fresh for me as well.
Yes. All right. The Haunted Farmer asks if you haven't been to Spookers.
I'm aware of it, but no, I have not been. No, I have not been, but I have heard of it. Remind me where that's at.
Kevin, TaterCon 2030 European tour.
Hey, I'm sure Tater would be on board.
All right, if we keep saying his name enough times, he'll wake up from my basement and then he'll join into the comments. So someone, let's go ahead and tag Tater into the chat. There's a joke we go around that Tater's locked in my basement.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. Well, just let him out on around trade shows then.
Yes. Well, Froggies pays me to let him out.
Well, that's good.
They need him, so.
Otherwise,
I originally said no. But they said, we need our employee back. I'm like, okay, it's going to cost you. And you guys are responsible for him the entire week. I'll take him back Monday. But you're responsible for him from Thursday to Sunday.
I love that. Oh, he's not.
Ray, he's not.
No.
All right, so Rob, back to as being a scare actor.
Yes.
So what have been some of your top favorite attractions that you have worked for?
Oh, that's tough.
Tough one.
I would say in terms of I very much am picky as to who in terms of like long term. I will say I am always going to be very, very grateful to Fearophobia in Australia. They are the ones that really got me into a full-time gig in this way. I'll always be very appreciative. It's an incredible show. They're still going to this day. And I would also say Pharmaphobia, I got to see a haunt that had been maintaining for almost 20 years. And they were like, hey, we want to crank it up. And I feel like the team there is just unmatched, in my personal opinion. I will, of course, mention Miller's Thrillers. I was honored to be able to be their actor coordinator for about 4 years, and as well as a performer in their social media. They do fantastic work, and it is just one big family out there, and I will always be very, very, very thankful for that. Now, with haunts that I don't get an opportunity to go to as much as I'd like, I would say I would definitely have to mention Arx Mortis. Arx Mortis is kind of a home away from home. It's a little fun. And of course, with their My Bloody Valentine events, just bringing everyone across the country into one area. It's so much fun. I would also say I'm quite a fan of Basement of the Dead. I've always been a fan of Basement, and I love the area, love their show. The owners are incredible. But admittedly, so I could just be naming off haunts forever.
That's me too.
That
hey, Basement was good time, man. Basement was good time together.
I will throw this out there. Yes, with being able to perform with you, that was a lot of fun. I will say, and of course, I will say, Disturbia that night, the night after. No, sorry, that night of that day was fantastic as well. I will say, being able to perform at all these different places, being able to travel, act is always kind of a special place in my heart, because I love the fact that has become bigger and bigger and bigger. The biggest thing for those who ever do travel act, I would just say, is respect. And my unsolicited advice is respect, and understand that you're walking into somebody else's domain, and you just be as respectful as possible.
Yes. Traveling, it does take a lot out of you, but seeing all these attractions from all over, everyone's different, and meeting the new crew, learning new scares, it's incredible. It's a blessing to do it, but it is not for everyone, and it is tough, because I have people ask me all the time, how do I get to do that? It's one of those things where when the opportunity is offered to you, it's a take it or leave it. Just like anything, if the opportunity comes along, absolutely take it, learn from it, and continue to do it. But number one is always be respectful when you come to a new attraction, because every place is different. Everything runs different people, but you create a new family every time you do it. So I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love doing it.
It's anything, any space. It was never what I ever thought I would be doing, but I would never trade it. 110%.
Oh, same. I started off wanting to be a marine biologist, and then I became a radio host around the same time I became a haunter. And look what I stuck with. The job that pays the least.
Yes, fair enough there. Fair enough.
But it's okay. Again, like I said, haunters come from every different background, and that includes career backgrounds. There's some people where I'll say, what do you do outside of haunting? And you'd be like, and it's complete like opposite of what you think a haunter would do. And you're like, that's a night and day. Here's what I do during the day, and then here's who I am at night. And you're like, oh, look at that switch up.
Admittedly, so the older I get, the more I just kind of gravitate to like haunter only stuff. I will throw this.
He said it. Haunters only, everyone. He said it.
Well, that of course, with Frankenfuel, it is outside of Halloween as well, but it's admittedly so we definitely do quite a bit of business with haunted houses. So that being said, and that we will have that booth operating soon, which I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit with Frankenfuel.
Yeah. So Frankenfuel, admittedly, I've been drinking it this whole time. Zero
I've been waiting for someone to point it out, but I'm going to go ahead and point it out.
It is. We have the two flavors. We have our original as well as our zero sugar. Admittedly, the zero sugar is my favorite. It doesn't have the aftertaste effect that some brands do. And I would also throw out there that it's you don't have the same crash that you would have with other brands either. I've been performing and managing for many, many, many years, and there's nothing worse than when, I won't name anybody, but when an energy drink company shows up and passes them all out, and then you see all your performers dead halfway through the night. And, um, what I will tell you is this is battle tested. This has absolutely been proven that there is zero crashed out. Now, of course, I will always tell you, and this is the haunt manager in me, the performer in me. Still drink water. Still
Oh,
drink.
yes.
Still
You
drink
gotta
water.
still drink the nectar from God. You still gotta drink nature's prime choice. But yes.
I'm not telling you, oh, hey, this is a water replacement. I'm saying, hey, this is an organic level energy drink, and it pairs great with water. So, but admittedly, so it is. We've been kind of going more and more. Admittedly, we picked up quite a few different haunts last season, and we're very, very excited about this coming season as well. This will be the debut of Frankenfuel booth over at 2138, not far from Eddie, funny enough, around that same area. And what I will throw out there is it's going to be a great time. They got makeup artists already lined up doing demos. There's going to be, of course, there will be energy drinks there, so definitely come and check it out. Like I said, I may be there every once in a while, so I'm saying that.
I mean, Frankenfuel has a huge lineup. I'd seen them almost everywhere this past haunt season. I seen them the year before, but only in selected places, usually, obviously, MHC, Transworld, etc. But then I started seeing you guys having booths outside of haunts and seeing you guys on a couple of the tour buses I went on and stuff. And I'm like, holy crap, you guys are like everywhere now. So that's awesome.
It's building more and more and more. I was blessed to be able to join the crew in August. I'm a sales coordinator for them. There is perhaps maybe something else going to happen down the future, maybe in a character platform, but no promises in that way. We'll just have to see how that rocks. But just a little tease there. But yeah, that being said, it's going to be the whole show is going to be fantastic. I'm very excited to jump over to Sinister Slider as well. I've known Devin for several years now. He offered me the opportunity to be able to be a sponsored slider for him over this past haunt season, which we just recently announced. And seriously, I am very, very, very picky about gear. I wouldn't say I trusted it if I didn't trust it. I will throw that out there.
Yes, awesome. I've been watching Devin's just like random like videos. He's been doing a lot of stuff with both you, Slider Jesus, and other big sliders known in the industry and stuff. So I'm glad to see what new products he comes up with, new gear. Because yeah, sliding gear goes through absolute hell. And knee pads are getting expensive. Yeah, I remember $50 being the most expensive pair you can get. Now they're up to $200, $300 for the expensive pair. And I'm like, man, I mean, I try to make my knee pads last as long as possible. I try to at least get 2 to 3 years out of them, but still, you're like, $300 every 3 years is a lot of money.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, it's just getting outrageous. And what I really like what Devin has been able to do is make it cost effective. And and that being said, like that is just unparalleled. And funny enough, I started on Protex. I did Protex for a long time. I burned through those. Then I would, of course, do the recaps on top of the Protex. Then, the older you get, the more you want some padding. And I went over to 187s. I landed on Smith scabs for a very long time. And now I'm over with SinisterSlideGear, which I really definitely say if you're looking for cushion, comfortability, and still be able to do the showy stuff, 100%. Like that's the brand.
Sparks are a big thing for me. So I've had my same gloves for a long time. I've been able to keep them going for a little over 10 years now, believe it or not. But I have to replace my sparks every year. So I need someone who can make something that can definitely last more than just a couple times during the season.
Well, and I can go ahead and attest to that. I all through Ireland, which we did about 30 days. So very much lots and lots happening. Sparks went through the whole way. I wish I had the puck with me, but I'll even tell you I still have some left on it. And I will also say they've just recently unveiled a new thing that's going to be sparks on the caps as well. So that'll be very exciting as well. I'm a big fan of sparks as well. Like I said, the older I get, the more I use it more for the initial
The wow factor. It's the customers love it. They want to see the sparks. Sliding on the ground to get that good scare, yes. And of course to do the tricks and stuff. But like you said, sometimes it gets tiring at night. Your knees are done. They don't want to get on the ground. So you just scraping the ground, making a spark. It gets the crowd rolling. They love it. And then of course, obviously you need it for photos, videos, just as the crazy wow factor.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I will say someone told me years ago that it should be an extension of your scare. And with the exception of you doing like stunt shows and things like that, because that's become very popular. But that's how I've used it for many years, and it has not failed me. And that's how I train. I'm happy to say that I was able to train the first class of sliders this past season over at Pharmaphobia out in Ireland. Which we had 5 new sliders, all with SinisterSlideGear.
Hell yeah. Bringing it international, buddy. Keep going.
Well, and I will throw this out there as well. I knew that Josh Wood Split also brought it out to Northern Ireland as well, so that worked out well.
Got all of it. The whole country got it.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh.
So from Dark Acres, as a home haunt, I don't have the room for sliders, but we use the clacker gloves throughout the haunt. Yeah, clacker gloves do not have to just be for sliding, because I will tell you this, they originally were not designed for sliding. They were designed to where you could smack on walls, make the clink clink sound and stuff. That was just something to scare customers. But then sliders are like, well, hey, this can stand up to me sliding on concrete, blacktop, etc., without tearing my hands apart.
Mm-hmm.
And then it became a permanent staple when it came to sliding. But originally clacker gloves were not for sliding originally. They were meant to be just to make noise or to make sound and stuff like that. Just like the sparks came later on too for sliders. That was something that was invented later on. I think it's someone from roller derby decided I'm going to wear my roller derby gear to the haunt one night. And that's how sliders became a thing. Because we know that's where most of us got our gear from, was roller derby.
Absolutely. Well, and of course, I've heard the legends of where it started. Admittedly, I've heard also, I've heard not. So yeah, who's to say? But I will say it's definitely here to stay. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. I have people ask me that. So Rob, let's get on that, because we're both scare actors. When it comes to sliders, overrated, underrated?
I think if used correctly, I don't want to say overrated. I would say underrated at points. Because yes, overrated in the sense that everybody wants to do it, but that not everybody always understands what goes into it. I will say the technique is what's underrated in my opinion. Because I will say now, and something to somebody who wants to be scrappy and wants to learn it themselves without any training, I'm all for that. But there are techniques to it. There's more to it than just throwing yourself at the ground. You can hurt yourself doing it that way. There are definitely things that you need to be aware of. Of course, stopping, starting, all these things are very important. And learning how to improvise is very, very, not just with acting, but with sliding too.
Clowns. Overrated or underrated?
I think at a time they were overrated. At a time, but I will say that I feel like that time is beginning to level out a little bit. Because let's say 4 years ago it was nothing but clowns. But people wanted to get away from it more and more. So I see a little less in terms of clowns now. But I think at this current moment, they're just in the middle. I might be a fence sitter for a lot of these questions, by the way.
If you don't like it, just go be a boo.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'll say in terms of sliders as well as clowns, it's just all about how you do it. And I'm never going to tell you there's a certain way of doing things because what's great about this industry is the uniqueness. But I will say that I would find that there is a difference between performing and we all know what I'm talking about. But that being said, there's zero hate. I've got love for anybody who wants to be a part of this industry. I think with anything, technique and learning it and just having a willing to learning. Because I never thought I'd be able to say I do this full time. And it's a lot of that has to do with learning multiple skills, multiple different skills, learning how to light, learning how to build, how to design, how to perform, how to, and if you are willing and up to the challenge in that and you truly love this world, you can do it, but definitely don't do it for the money. Because here's the thing. I'm not saying you can't make money in this industry because you can, but like anything, the money will follow if you truly love it. And, so that's because I know that there is a little bit of a resurgence in the way of those who will look for this being all about money and things of that nature. If you go into that intention, admittedly so 9 out of 10, you're going to go into it with failure. Just do it because you love it.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
At it. And I mean this with anything. Then recognize that. Don't shortchange yourself. And then ask a fair price. That's how I do it, at least.
I figured out the sound effects, so I've been playing with those lately.
Yeah, I've been noticing.
I was like, what's this? Oh.
Well, what are you most excited about for Transworld?
Oh my God. Should I get started?
Yeah.
So everyone that I'm close to has been sending me just photos and videos, little sneak peeks, asking me, should I bring this? Should I bring that? Sammy, you think this will sell? Should I go for a big booth this year? I really want to compete in the best booth, blah, blah. And everyone's blowing me up. And I'm like, do what you want to do. I'm not a judge.
I will say in terms of booth space and things like that, because I've been able to be so close to vendors and I've been in where's the money?
What, there's money?
Yeah,
Gary's a little late to the conversation, but yes. But there's money.
Occasionally so.
We know, Gary hangs out outside of the Marriott and the convention center holding a little cup saying, give me money.
Oh, I know it.
That's why he's like, wait a minute, you get paid to do this? I don't have to stand outside and work the corner anymore.
Work the corner.
Gary, more Fireball money.
I'll say what there are so many great booths that are just 10 by 10s, like legitimately, and they sell out. Like the one that comes to mind the most for me is probably Macabre Intentions.
Oh, Joe, don't even get me started. 3.5 hour segment with him of everything that he's bringing to the booth, things that he's done in the past. I was watching his live stream for when he was over there at Midnight Terror doing a photo shoot of all of his new costumes that he's bringing in. And I'm like, dude, hands down, one of the best costumers around because he does the one-offs. I love Courtney from Studio 1031's style too. But with Joe, he does these one-offs. Now he says now he can start making like, well, if you want that costume, but like you're a different body built or whatever, I can still make that because he's now doing this full time.
Sure.
And it's like, dude, your one-offs is what made you stand out from any other costumer. I mean, there's so many. I mean, you got Studio 1031. You also got Brandy Bees, but she definitely focuses more on the creatures, which I love. That's what makes her stand out, is she focuses on the creatures, the monsters.
Absolutely. Another favorite of mine.
Well, Courtney definitely goes with what is in haunted attractions currently. Everything from the common themes, everything, like from asylums to clown houses to pirate themes to butchers to cannibals, etc. But with Joe, because he makes his characters in his own world of the macabre, they stand out.
Oh, I agree.
From everyone's else.
Absolutely. I would find 1031 to be accessibility in terms of like it really can kind of plug into most things, which is, there is something incredible about that.
Yes.
Because that is a very hard skill to have.
Yes.
But as you were saying, and I would put Brandy Beast in this as well. Stand out, different kind of vibes. But you're 100% right. The Joe with the one-offs is unparalleled. I
don't know how he keeps topping himself every year, and he does so many. People tell me that, Sammy, every year you get better and better, and I'm like, well, yeah, people like Joe are who I get inspired by. And then when he was telling me, no, Sammy, you make so great costumes, I'm like, well, please stop. I'm blushing. Please stop.
Admittedly, we've become booth pals for many, many years now.
Yes.
Where we see each other across, and there might even be times where I try to make I'm not really paying attention to anyone else except for them and their reactions. So that's where we got the box. That's where we got the things of that. A lot of my one-off stuff is normally me just like messing with other people, and it turns into a thing, which is very, 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 very fun. I will say, I'm very, very excited about. I know there's going to be a fair amount of newcomers in terms of vendors. Very excited to see, the new looks out for vendors that have been for many, many years. I'm very always excited about VFX. Love anything that they come out. And of course, with Doug out over there, of course, hopefully I will get a Doug hug. But that being said, I will say that that whole team is just fantastic in terms of learning how to make a puppet stand out for so many things.
For so many different things.
Absolutely.
And again, so many different variants of all their different puppets and stuff. So you're going to find something that will fit in your haunt. Or if it doesn't fit in the haunt, it could go in your midway, in your queue line, where you could just, it looks cool, throw it out there. Customers will love it.
Well, because of course, there's always actors that are a little more reserved in what they want to do. And that's a really good way to get them comfortable. 100%. I've definitely used their puppets specifically for that reason. Somebody who wasn't super comfortable with acting but felt like they could use a almost like a proxy to perform, and that works out really, really, really well. And some of the best performers I know that I've been able to help train over the years started out that way.
Yeah. I think for me, so I just had Jeff and Caleb from WOTFX. They're bringing some new prosthetics this year, so I'm excited to see those that they'll be painted at their booth. Obviously, mentioned Dreadworks as well. God, Mason's got a damn good lineup this year, along with Pro Air and also RIP effects as well. I mean, I'm excited pretty much to see all of the makeup demos this year, because every year everybody goes go big or go home. Also, good to see Justin and Lucas again. They always do incredible makeup on this trade show. And then, God, there's so many good seminars this year. You got Eddie doing a seminar this year. Also, Alan's doing his classes that he does every year. So it's incredible.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's such great lineups the whole way around. And I feel at the end of the day, Yeah.
Yes.
I agree with what you're saying, my friend. I will say just the whole way around, I think it's just going to be a fantastic show. But honestly, I can't even ever think of a time that Transworld was bad. It's always great to see people.
2020, because it wasn't there. It was canceled.
That's
2020 was the worst year.
I'll give you that.
It's like, I'll find the worst year. It was the year it didn't happen.
Yeah. Yes, I will say at the end of the day that yeah, I do expect to maybe venture over to the Christmas side a little bit. I don't get over there very often, but I should. And maybe I'll do a video, who knows. But it all just depends on time. 'Cause I'll be honest with you, when it comes to me, and you've seen me do this, turns into I've got 2 hours after performing to shoot anything and everything, and I try to get the whole show. I
can't wait to see Murve over on the Christmas side. Him going, "What is this? Everything's bright." Just wide-eyed it.
Oh, idea, video idea. Yeah, no, I'm excited about the whole thing. I from what I hear is the show got even bigger. Which I don't know how that's possible, but I'm excited to see it. Where to see it? I completely agreed. Completely agreed.
So this year, Rob, I mean, we're getting to the point. So, I mean, the America Center is huge. I mean, and it's multiple floors. For what people see of Transworld, that's not the whole convention center. There's 3 levels that goes up to multiple other large conference rooms, other seminar rooms, etc. You also have the multiple ballrooms. There's actually not just one, there's multiple ones. There's multiple halls. There's a whole entire auditorium in there that nobody knows exists. I found that out years ago when we had one of our conventions came into town and they used that auditorium for their costume contest. I had no idea that giant theater that's the size of the Fox Theater was inside of that thing. I'm like, where did this room come from? This was here the whole time? And then you got the dome where the Rams used to play, where we have Monster Jam every year.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yes. So when you think of the giant monster truck cars, yeah, there's a big dome that holds them. That's where we have that every year. So eventually Transworld's going to get to the point where they're going to have to start putting vendors in the dome, start putting vendors up on the multiple levels. I mean,
that would be pretty crazy.
We're going to start doing makeup classes in the auditorium on a stage. Listen, I'm voting for that to happen.
That would be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I'll tell you, it's crazy. Now, admittedly, I've taken a wrong turn or two on my way before, and I've seen a little bit of it. But it is insane how big that place is, and how it's not even close to being utilized in terms of trans. It's really not.
And they added a whole nother hall to it just recently. That's what the construction was last year, and they were also redoing the parking lot because last year, yeah, I know parking was an absolute nightmare for people coming in with trailers because you got some guys that have the money and they got big semi trailers, and then you also got huge box trailers. You got huge full trailers. A couple of people are like me that use horse trailers, and they're like, "We're gonna park our shit." I had people hit me up. They're like, "Hey, Sammy, how much would you charge me if I use your driveway?" And I'm like, "I live 2 hours away from downtown, and I don't have a big enough driveway for your trailer. I'm sorry."
Well, that kind of reminds me of my first Transworld. It was so funny. I will not name any names, but no, absolutely not. But admittedly, so we were getting everything together. And I've never done this again. But we had 11 of us going, yes. And from various different haunts and things, just friends throughout the years, and we had somebody book the hotel, but it turned out to be an Airbnb, and we're on our way after the first day, and I'm like, okay, hey, how far is it? Like, oh, here it is. It was an hour and a half away. It was in Illinois.
Even worse, it was in Illinois.
And but I will say we had a great time. We had a great time. That place, the chicken house, which was basically just a drinking room, and, the hosts were great fun. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but admittedly so. I definitely make sure to book closer these days. But
So for all attendees that want to stay in an Airbnb because you're bringing a big group of people or because you want to have a full-size kitchen to cook in like I do, hit me up. My girl, she owns actually McLaurin Landing. That's right there where the old biscotti factory is. She owns all those old buildings there. They used to be bars, nightclubs, etc. back in the day. Now they're all renovated Airbnbs. So if you want an Airbnb for next year, hit me up and I'll hook you up with her. Because I know in hotel rooms, it gets cramped for some people, especially people that bring big groups of people with them. Not trying to take away from the hotels, but I understand for people that come in with their entire team and they all want to stay together. They want to split the cost to make it a little bit cheaper on themselves, but they don't want to be crammed in a hotel room. Hit me up. I got you guys.
No, like especially the bigger this thing gets, 100%.
Yes.
I know that this year we're not the only event. I know that I think baseball, it's the opening day.
It is. It's opening weekend for the cards. Again, Transworld just falls on the weirdest weekends. Because last year it was Mardi Gras.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I didn't know that. Well, and I'll tell you, I think that I think there's some maybe cheerleader convention or gymnastic or something on
That's
as well.
in town. There's a big concert in town. It's opening weekend for the Cardinals. There's also a big soccer game. Soccer is real popular here in St. Louis, so there's a big soccer game going on. There's a lot going on downtown this coming week, and I'm like, every day year, Transworld just likes to plan when there's other stuff going on.
No,
I know that Jen and Rich don't get that decision. They go whenever the America Center gives them the chance, so they got to pick and choose what they got. But it was last year, and I want to say the year before it was St. Patty's, and then they're like, it's St. Patrick's. Yeah, but you guys really take that seriously here in St. Louis. I'm like, yeah, we do. Any excuse to drink and party, absolutely.
I learned that about New Orleans as well. I didn't realize that.
Any excuse to party. Well, that's our sister cities, so we're always copying off of what they're doing. We're like, hey, guess what? Today's the day to party. Absolutely, let's do it.
I was dropping off Julie. For those on here, my wife is the one that does Murve's makeup and any of my makeups. But I will say, I was dropping her off at work today, and it's like, oh snap! Turns out there's a parade on the. And like I thought it was silly at first because like I saw everybody had like these parade tracker apps, and I was like, when am I going to need that outside of Mardi Gras?
Where are you going to need that?
All the time, constantly.
All the time.
There's a parade for everything.
There's parades for funerals.
Yeah.
I wish I had the video on here right now, but I don't have it saved on this program. But there's a video where they literally had the casket spinning on a carousel attached to a carriage. I was like, what the
Wait.
You put grandma's body on a freaking carnival ride for her funeral.
Well, I'll tell you. So my apartment is very unique because we've got City Park out this way, but what's cool about our apartment, I'm not. Can I take you on a trip? I'm gonna take you on.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
All right, everyone, put your seatbelts on.
Let's see. So let's see. My Wi-Fi shouldn't cut out. Let's see. Oh. Let's see. Okay. And drop my keys. All right. So. My apartment is that's in my backyard. And that's St. Louis number 3.
Oh, that's freaking, I'm jealous. I live in the woods.
Can you see that at all?
I do. I see
Yeah.
that clear as day. That is incredible. Living right next to a cemetery. Hey, are your
Yeah,
neighbors
I
pleasant at
love
least?
It's awesome. No, you're very quiet. Very quiet. Well, occasionally at night, not so much, but no, it's super, super cool.
No, that is freaking awesome. I live in a murder cabin in the middle of the woods. That's where I live.
That's exciting. Exciting
Everyone's
too in a different way.
no one wants to come to my housewarming party, so
Let's see here. And admittedly so, that noise is my guinea pig. That is new. There you
oh
go.
my goodness.
All right, let's see here. Oh, what was that about the Marriott?
Oh, party at the Marriott. We know Gary. Gary's gonna have Fireball for everybody.
Every single night there's a party.
There's a party there tonight. There's a party there tonight.
I'm sure there is. I'm
For all
sure
the
there.
haunters arrived in today. There's a party going on now. There's a party. I've had people tell me, they're like, Sammy, you coming out tonight? I'm like, no, I'm not coming till Wednesday. Well, don't you live down here? 2 hours away. I moved out of the city years ago, and I like where I live now. It's peaceful, the peace of mind living out here. I won't trade it for the world. Still love St. Louis. I'm still always downtown, ready to party and turn it up, but it's nice to come home to a peaceful house.
Oh, for sure. I get that. I totally get that. I was living closer to that when I was in Nashville, and admittedly so, I just enjoy the city. So we decided to just pick a fun city, so that's why we went to New Orleans here. And I will also say this: awesome haunts out here, of course. Mortuary being one of them. I will also say not a little farther away, but Rise is probably my favorite out here in Louisiana.
Yes, Rise is incredible. Davey and his crew, they do an amazing job out there. But speaking of mortuary, if you watched my Mardi Gras episode, I had Christian Stokes on with me, who's the creative director.
Yes.
They announced their second attraction coming up here this Halloween.
Maybe I didn't see that yet. What's their second attraction?
The Sawmill.
Oh, really? Well, so what's particularly funny is I passed mortuary every day, like every single, and like I will say if I'm going to do some guest acting, I've already talked to them. I like literally it's 5 minutes down the road.
Yes.
And I will also say next to my favorite cemetery in town, which is Greenwood, and Greenwood is just gorgeous. But I will say no, that's exciting. That's very exciting. First time I ever went was during a HauntCon tour, and that was a lot of fun. They have a very, very impressive haunt, especially with the space that they have, and they really know how to amp it up, which I really, really enjoy about them.
And every year they change the theme of what's happening at the mortuary. It's never the same. It is the mortuary because it is an old mortuary. You see it, it's an old mortuary. But they change up the theme every year. I did not get to go this past year for 25, but I went back there in 24, and their theme was the Four Horsemen during election year. And that was just incredible theming. Absolutely loved every minute of it.
I'll say I also really like their off-season events. They do like
Tales of the Macabre.
Yes, it's so cool, love it. Not another one not far from me is Terror on the Coast. It's in Mississippi. They put on a very great production out there. Lawrence is a friend. I actually went out there for Christmas, and that was a fantastic time. Very I would dare say almost studio-esque in the way it's built, and which makes sense because they're prop builders for movie sets and things like that as well. So a lot of fun.
Yes. You guys also got New Orleans Nightmare, which was the original House of Shock. And then up there in Baton Rouge, you guys got the legendary 13th Gate.
Yes, yes, which I admittedly have not gone to. I do hope to at some point, but admittedly, as we moved here, I was traveling again. So, well, in terms of timing, but I will say, yeah, no, of course, New Orleans Nightmare, which is fantastic. Funny enough, the building I live in, I live with one of the original owners of House of Shock.
Oh,
And
heck yeah.
yeah, funny enough, named Rob as well, and he was telling me about the days of them building it and everything, and which was very exciting.
I never got to see it. It broke my heart when I heard that they were for sale and that they were selling. I was happy to hear that another haunted attraction bought them out, 13th Floor Entertainment. But it's definitely not the same of what it used to be, but it was still very cool haunt. We still loved every minute of it, but was very sad to see that I never got to see House of Shock. But
Get that for sure.
those things happen. I was happy. It was like with Edgewood this year. I finally got to go out to Edgewood out there in Indianapolis, and it sucked that it was their last year.
Yeah, I do hate those. I hate it when it happens like that. Yeah. Like one that I always wish I really hoped to go to, but unfortunately it's closed now, was Statesville. I never got an opportunity.
Oh, Statesville, I was blessed to go out there one of their last Fridays. It was their last Friday of the season. I literally just dropped what I was doing at Darkness and said, fucking, I'm going up to Statesville.
Yeah. I always heard fantastic things, fantastic actors came out of it. I love that whole space, but I will say that whole area is just blessed with incredible haunts. That whole area.
Chicago, everything, it's like a McDonald's. There's a haunt on every corner.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, honestly, the amount of haunts that are out there is it's just crazy. And I will also say at the same quality in terms of they all kind of challenge each other, which I kind of really enjoy.
Yes. So anything else that we are wanting to see for Transworld this year? Are you going on any of the haunt tours? Are you doing any of the after hours events?
So I did the Darkness once before. I have not done it. I'm thinking about maybe doing the tour for Darkness. That might be fun. I might do City Museum. Not sure on it yet. Admittedly, so I've been doing this so long now. I don't really go into it pre-planned. I know.
Just go as you go.
Yeah, I just kind of go with the flow. I'm sure there will be people that want to do dinner, lunch, things like that. And gone are the days where I pre-plan everything and then lose $150 because I can't make it. So
stay away from the casino.
Yeah, I might be.
Speaking of which, some of these haunters, we watch them, drop the orders, buy everything at a booth, and then I watch them go over to the casino, and I'm like, Jesus.
I've been at a few tables. I will.
I'm calling Justin out from Midnight Terror. I'm calling his ass out because that's what I see. I see him at the booths, and then also I see him at the casino, and I'm like, dude.
I stayed in that hotel, the Connecting Hotel, one time, and admittedly, so when it comes to gambling for me, I set myself a limit. I say $1,500. I put it down on one hand. If I don't win, then I'm leaving. If I do win, taking that $50 or $100, putting it in my pocket, and I'm playing off the winnings only.
Yep. There you go.
It served me well for many, many years. So
smart.
Oh, and I actually haven't been to the casino since I've lived here. Formerly Harrah's, now Caesars.
Yes.
But yes, I just haven't had an opportunity. But we'll see. I'm sure we'll make time at some point.
Okay, when you're down to New Orleans, there's so much you could do. There's City Park alone. That was probably one of our most favorite things. The year that me and my mom went down there for our mother-daughter trip, we went to Mortuary first. And then we went over to City Park for their Booze and Cruise, which was unlimited alcohol and food for one ticket price, adults only, and everyone there was dressed up in costume. It was incredible. And, we're all big kids riding all the rides, and it was just an incredible time. And I was like, I need one of these in St. Louis.
Well, and funny enough, I'm actually, when I say City Park, is I step out and I'm in City Park. I'm right across from Noma. And so I love that area. Love that area. I didn't get a chance to see the Halloween events this year, just with us being out of town. But I will say the Christmas event, fantastic. A lot of fun. It was always great to drive by, and we actually got a chance to experience it as well.
And then, of course, doing all the cemetery tours, taking the streetcar around, going through the Garden District, seeing all those beautiful mansions. And then obviously spend all your time in the French Quarter. Also, take the tour boats. I tell people all the time, take the tour boats out on the bayou or even just on the Mississippi to get to see the city from a whole point of view. Seeing it from the water is incredible. It is so beautiful.
Absolutely. If you have
Any
a chance,
time of day.
Mardi Gras World's a lot of fun. That's a fun tour.
Oh, yes, Mardi Gras World.
That's a lot of fun. That being said, it's just a city that's always moving. That's
always.
That's why I like it.
I mean, God, last year and the year before, so you had Taylor Swift come in town. She came the same weekend we came down, so we had to deal with 50s.
Fair enough.
It was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Well, it's really funny you say that. A buddy of mine came here, was it probably about a month ago, and he brought his new girlfriend, and we, getting to know her, and she's like, "Yeah, I've been here one of the times." Oh, when did you come? She's like, "I was here for Taylor Swift, so I didn't really get a chance to see everything." I'm like, "Oh." And, we just did the concert and then left. I'm like, there's so much more to this place. So
there's so much more, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to do everything else. And then you got the Swifties are everywhere. I come down to New Orleans to enjoy some daiquiris and jazz, not listen to Taylor Swift blasting out of some boombox. But we still had a great and incredible time. And of course, they brought money to the city. But then months later, they had the Sugar Bowl. And then a couple months later, they had the Super Bowl. And I'm like, man.
Yes. I admittedly, I wasn't here for the Super Bowl because I moved here last May, coming up on a year. And but I will say, when we came out here to do planning, we saw the setup for that. And that was a lot, and a lot, and still lasting changes now. 100%. But I will say, I'm blessed in the area that I'm living out here. It's 10 minutes from everything. Fantastic. And, I'm very excited to continue to do more footage. There will be more stuff with Murve out here. Admittedly, so we were going to do some Mardi Gras stuff, but we decided not to. Just timing.
Number one, Murve wouldn't be able to go anywhere because everyone would stop you for photos. But also, Murve would be covered in so many beads that he literally is tied up and can't move. And then Murph will just mind up on every single float, every single boundary, has no idea how he got out there, but he's there.
We'll see. It might be an idea for another time. Because a minute ago, we got a chance to experience the floats and everything else this year. I think we might just dress up and go to the quarter this coming Mardi Gras. I noticed that's kind of the thing with locals out here. So we might do that.
So for video wise, what are you planning on doing? Anything special, any kind of new technique or any kind of new equipment that you're working with?
At this current moment, I just, I shoot easy. I do have a new Google Pro 10, all pro, all that stuff. That'll be exciting. That being said, in terms of techniques, anglings, just all about angles, making sure to kind of keep the shot. I very much like to do movement with a shot, and I like that to be seen. And, that being said, we've got lots of different stuff coming up. I do hope, and we'll see if there's time for it this year. I, of course, did, do performance videos where it's just highlighting the booth performers. We like to do the booth videos as well to kind of show the companies that are going there. And what was it, 2 years ago, I added on creators and creations, highlighting the makeup, the makeup artists and what they've created. This year, if there is time, I'd like to do something in that same vein, but with prop and costume designers. But we will see. You could add all these different videos, but it all comes down to time. We will see.
Any new characters that you're thinking about planning this year or in the future that you want to do?
Yes, I've got a ghost character that I've been working on for a little while now. I wouldn't mind maybe unveiling him at the costume ball for Midwest. That would be fun. It all in terms of timing, we'll see in terms of that. But that being said, I've got him coming. I've got a few things cooking at this current moment. Admittedly so, I'm also doing some touch-ups to old characters as well. With my Asylum 7 character, we're going to put him back into a straitjacket this coming year.
Heck yeah.
So, that being said, I'm definitely looking for a straitjacket. So I know many, many great companies out there, but we'll be kind of shopping around. That would be one of my main things. I'll also be looking for contacts, probably either going with Primal or with Gothica. We will just see in terms of that as well. But at this point, I've got a few things drawn out, but the ghost one's gone to priority right now.
Awesome. So for the costume ball, because I want to ask you, since we're both attending. So this year it is Heaven and Hell is the theme of the ball.
My easiest my easiest one of recent memory. Admittedly, I'll just wear what I was wearing that day. But I will be adding a few touches here and there. I know you said you may have something coming up as well. Yes,
I do. But I want to ask you, what do you think we're going to see the most of?
Oh,
So it's Heaven and Hell. Well, what does heaven have? Angels, good souls, cherubs, etc. While hell has demons, devils, hellhounds, etc. Evil sinners. What do you think we're going to see the most of there on the show floor?
I think there's going to be a lot of people that go against the grain. We try and go against the grain and go angel. That's my opinion.
You think so?
Go against the grain, do the good thing, but in an evil way. And
but then an evil angel is just a demon in disguise. You guys ain't fooling nobody.
I will say I've heard some great vibes of biblically correct angels, in terms of multiple eyes, things of that nature.
Yes.
That sounds very exciting. I think that sounds great. Admittedly, so this year, I'm already a demon salesman. I'm going to keep it going. And got two different plays on it. We'll see how that goes. But we'll it all depends on if the shipping ends up going with him. But
Murve is going to sell you heaven, and he's also going to sell you hell.
Yeah. Exactly.
I got it. We'll do a whole commercial on it. All right. So over here, I got these lovely angels lined up here. Okay. This one is good for the long roads. This one here is good for if you just want to show off. This one here, you do got to keep her in the garage. So you treat them like they're cars.
Exactly.
This one gets horrible gas mileage, by the way. But guess what? She's still pretty. This one has 360 cameras, the one that's completely covered in eyeballs. This one has 360 cameras. This one over here is this demon over here is a really rough ride, but he's classy. You can't go wrong with the classic. Over here, and it'd be some giant muscular guy, and he'd be like, this right here is your all-American muscle right here.
I like that a lot.
And us haunters will all play along with it.
100%. I will say it's never a disappointment when it comes to going to the show in terms of the costume ball. Always lots and lots of fun things in that way. I know that Julie's got a little something put together as well. We're just going to kind of keep rocking from there. I'm excited as well to go to East Coast Ball as well. I've never done that. That'll be fun.
That's going to be a Shocktoberfest, or no, yeah, Shocktober.
Okay. Excited.
So theirs is a little bit different with East Coast. So like Transworld has your trade show all day, off times events, and then they got the ball on Saturday. And that's kind of similar to with MHC as well. They have the ball on Saturday. While with East Coast, they do it a little bit different. They don't do a normal ball. It is where they just have a party, and the party's at a different location every year. Last year, it was at Eastern State Penitentiary for Dark Nights. They had one of their houses open, and then they had a bunch of behind the scenes. They had food, gift shop, everything was open, etc. And then the year before was Otherworld. We had it at Otherworld. That was really fun.
Oh, okay. I see. I like that. I like that a lot. Reminds me of what for some of the years HauntCon did, because they did it off premise, which I do like that because I think it kind of
it breaks it up.
Yeah, it makes it different. But I'll also throw this out there too. I would also say with Transworld being as big as it is, it does make sense for them to continue to use the ballroom. That way, just because everything's so centrally located at that point. But the Flamingo Bowl was always fun.
Oh yes. Well, and that's right down the street too. People still hit up Flamingo Bowl all the time because they're people that like bowling, or when they come in early, it's a place to go and hit up and hang out and stuff. So, and then, of course, City Museum.
Yeah, I haven't decided if I'm going to do it with the party for the City Museum or if I'm just going to go with friends afterwards. I haven't decided because of course you can go both ways. But I might do the party this year. We'll see. Depends on time.
And timing is a big thing at Transworld. So like I had my 5 things, and I want you to say what your 5 things are, or if you agree with mine. Okay. So the 5 things that you absolutely need as a Transworld attendee, whether you're a veteran or a brand new fresh meat newbie. Deodorant, number 1.
100%.
Your most comfortable shoes. Yes. Your best footwear, because you're going to do a lot of walking and a lot of standing, because this goes for both vendors and it goes for attendees as well. Mm-hmm. Stay hydrated. So yes, lots of water. And if you need a little bit of a pick-me-up, you can go right over to Frankenfuel and get your little pick-me-up. Okay. But again, water, the big jug.
Yes, 100%, 100%.
Remember to eat, because I fall on that one. Remember to eat. You don't have to have some big meal, but remember to eat something.
Yes.
Throughout the day. And take your time. Take your time. Take your time. You have 4 days. 4 days. You will still miss half the show if you rush through it all 4 days. Take your time. Take a step back and check it out again, because there will be something that you might have missed. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I find it very helpful with this show because I've done this as a buyer as well as, a vendor. I find it very, very helpful to either do a notes app or something. If you want to revisit, there's time for that. There's absolutely time for that. Use the first 2-3 days that you're there and map everything out. Saturday, Sundays, that's the closing days, in my opinion. Of course, Saturday being the busiest day for everyone because there's a lot of people that come here for just one day. So that being said, I will say, no, I completely agree with that list, 110%. But I will also have that note in that checklist. That's so terribly helpful. I use it when it comes to videoing and things like that. Now, admittedly, there's with a lot of these booths, they're doing different people, different makeups, different everything every single day. So that can be hard. But I will have my lovely wife who is very, very helpful with me when it comes to videoing as well. We always try to catch everything.
We love you, Julie. We love you.
But yeah, no, I think in terms of that list, very, very helpful. Very, very helpful. Especially if you're a new attendee, that's things to know. And then deodorant being like the number one. Sorry,
Nobody
number
want to smell your funk.
the
It
number
might
one.
work at the haunt, but it does not work on the trade show floor. Please, for everybody, for my sanity, for
It
you to
doesn't
keep
work.
yourself in one piece.
It
Because
doesn't
yes,
work.
I have my chainsaw with me. Don't think because you don't see it doesn't mean I don't have it hidden somewhere.
It
If I
doesn't
smell
work.
your funk, I'm hunting you down.
Doesn't work in the haunt either. Just throwing that out there. They're not
I
okay.
know.
You can use a Froggy's Fog scent. That's fine, but there's a difference between Froggy's Fog and you.
No, don't you dare mix Froggy Fog scents. I see people do that, and I'm like, that's just rude. That company puts a lot of money and time into making these scents, and you want to mess them up by mixing those smells. Well, I want to make a new smell.
Yeah,
No.
the company then. And they're all
One of my actors got backhanded from me when I seen him do that. He's like, I got these new Froggy Frog scents, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, cool. I watched him spray all three on at the same time. And I smacked him in the back of the head. I'm like, boy, what you doing? Ugh. Take that costume off. Go change. Nope. I'm putting you in a different scene now. Go change. Taking up the place. His section lead was standing behind me and he's like, thank you.
Well, I too many people, especially growing up in this industry, that do the I don't wear deodorant because that's what my character would do. I'm like, okay,
stop it. Fuck your character.
Well, and these are also the same people that don't wash their costume the entire season. Entire season. And because I've got no problem admitting I've got some foot odor that I overcome every single season. We all have. It happens.
Yeah.
Keep it
Nothing
in check.
baking soda can't take care of, man.
Exactly right.
Nothing with Lysol can't take care of either.
Do your best to keep it in check. That's all. I say do your best because sometimes, I remember.
It's the sad truth, but guys, we gotta talk about it. I know I'm probably gonna get some major hate for this. Don't care. It's the major truth. We're all thinking it. We all talk about it. I'm gonna go ahead and just let it out, guys. Please. No one likes a stinky person.
Oh, because I won't go too into detail here. I'll admit, on the road in Australia, there were. I remember in particular, I was doing a show in Cairns, where Great Barrier Reef and everything's at, and it rained the entire 2 weeks, and we're living in Caribbean.
Yep.
Entire 2 weeks, and it's flooded. You're basically going into about up to your shins worth of water every single day. Doesn't matter if you got rain boots. It doesn't matter. And I'll admit, you get trench foot. It happens, but fix it. Fix it.
It happens. We're not saying that it doesn't happen. It's the ones who personally do it on purpose, like what you said. Oh, that's what my character. I don't care what your character does.
Oh, like
I want to see and hear your character, not smell them.
Absolutely. Froggy's Frog.
Yes. But don't mix them. That's what I'm saying. Do not mix those. And don't mix them if you already have like Axe body spray, cologne already on top of that. They don't mix well. Or
if you're a scene actor and there's already a scent in that room.
Oh, that's even worse. Because you smell the scene scent, you're like, okay, my scents are kicking on. And all of a sudden you smell cotton candy, you're like, what the? You're in a swamp scene. Let's put that. You're in a swamp scene. So you smell the moss, the mud, the moisture. And then all of a sudden you smell cotton candy and you're like, what the fuck? It throws you off. You're like, what?
I'll throw this out there too. Don't share contacts. Don't share contacts.
No, that's gross. That's how you get pink eye. That's how you get infections. Do not do that. That is not FDA approved. And that's not Haunter approved.
No,
that's only Boo approved, and we don't approve booze.
I'm sure you know the people I'm talking about, though.
I know exactly who you're talking.
No, the amount of people I remember wanting to ridiculous. But speaking of the FDA thing, definitely do it through prescription.
Yes.
Don't there. I know it can be a hassle in terms of getting all that kind of stuff. I just had to recently do mine again, but I'm clear for 3 years now. So good. But yeah, and I use Gothica mainly. But with the exception of a primal here or there. But I would say definitely do the prescription. First off, I've got astigmatism, things like that. It's good to go ahead and get on top of it at the end of the day.
Yes. No, prescription is key. And even if you have good eye vision and stuff, it's good. You could still buy the plain ones. It's just you want to buy from a company that is regulated through the FDA and has the paperwork and the people to back behind them versus the ones who you don't know where they got their contacts from. There's a lot of good contact companies out there. There's many different ones that I buy from that I trust, but there's also a lot of ones that I've had issues with too. So do your research.
Yes. Completely agree with that.
Do not jump on the first company you hear about. Ask everybody. Haunters are always willing to be open to answer questions. I'm always here to answer any kind of questions that you have when it comes to haunted houses. I've been around for almost 20 years. So yes, I know a little bit of everything. And if I don't know, I will find the answer for you.
100%. I completely agree with that. If there's ever any questions, I've got inboxes.
Yes.
Oh,
all right,
man.
Rob, we are coming on the 2-hour mark. So everyone, Rob, thank you so much for joining me this evening. And everyone, yes, we are ready. We are now actually 2 days left till the annual gathering because technically Transworld, the show floor might open on Thursday, but technically the party officially kicks off Wednesday.
Yes. Very exciting.
Tickets are available for the annual Transworld Halloween and Attraction Show, also / the Christmas show, because that's added, at the America Center here in the gateway city of St. Louis, Missouri. Check out www.haaashow.com, and we'll see you guys at the annual gathering here in the gateway city. If not, we'll see you at the next shows. All right. Stay scary, everyone. We'll see you at Transworld 2026.